Shalom, my friends, this is Max Joseph, and I'm here because it is the 10th day of the month, which means that it is time for the top 10s. Today's top 10 will be my top 10 female actors of all time. Now, to clarify, this isn't necessarily my ranking of the greatest female actors of all time. That list would be a bit different, but these are my personal favorites. But before I go into my top 10, write your picks for the top 10 female actors of all time, and make sure you like this video and subscribe to my channel, and ding that little bell to get notified whenever I post new videos. And so, here are my top 10 female actors of all time. Number 10, Emily Blunt. Let's just take some of her recent films and performances. Devil Wears Prada in 2006. So good, so iconic. Earned a Globe and BAFTA nomination. The Young Victoria. Brilliant, and nominated for a Globe. Salmon Fishing in the Yemen. Brilliant, nominated for a Globe. Looper. Frickin' awesome, and she is excellent. Edge of Tomorrow. So frickin' awesome and really addictive. Into the Woods. Cool. Cool. She can sing her face off. I'm okay. I'm not sobbing. Cesario. Unnecessarily and unexpectedly incredible. The Huntsman, Winter's War. Not a brilliant movie, but she is. The Girl on the Train. One of my favorite movies that year. Nominated for a BAFTA. Mary Poppins Returns. Again, sang her face off and acted the out of it, and was nominated for the Globe. But believe it or not, A Quiet Place is actually my favorite of all of these beautiful performances, and it was where she moved into my 10. In just these few films that I listed, she sung her face off, protected her family from monsters, and showed more emotion from watching people from a train than I'm capable of showing in real life. Emily Blunt is, dare I say it, practically perfect in every way. Side note, how she doesn't have an Oscar nomination is beyond me. She has 5 Golden Globe nominations for film, but it has yet to translate into an Oscar. I can't wait for her to finally get that nomination. It's gonna be glorious. Number 9, Lupita Nyong'o. This is my bold choice here because compared to nearly everyone else on this list, she's probably the actor with the lowest total count of feature films, which obviously says something because of how brilliant she is. After starting her career off doing a short, then a television series in Kenya, she said to the world, "Hey y'all, my name is Lupita Nyong'o, and I'm about to be one of the greatest actors working today." Because she was in Steve McQueen's 12 Years a Slave and won herself an Academy Award, was nominated for the Globe and BAFTA as well. Now to make this clear, this was her feature film debut. Only 8 other people have done that, by the way, in that category, and she managed to give one of the greatest performances of the 2010s, if you ask me. Then, went on to be on Broadway, get a nomination there, was in a few Star Wars movies, the live-action remake of The Jungle Book, joined the Marvel Cinematic Universe as Nakia in Black Panther, and then, this woman did something that should have probably given her her second Academy Award win, in my opinion, when she went on to star in Jordan Peele's latest film, Us. And similar to Toni Collette in Hereditary, it was a performance that deserved to be recognized and celebrated, but was just unfortunately overlooked. She is truly just at the beginning of her career, and I can't wait to see what she will give us in the future. She is a bona fide superstar. Number 8, Scarlett Johansson. The range this woman has. Most of the world knows her from her iconic role in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Natasha Romanoff, aka Black Widow, which she's brilliant in. But sweet baby Moses, does she do a heck of a lot more than that. Obviously, she can do action, as she has in the MCU. She did it in Lucy, Ghost in the Shell. She does comedies like Hail Caesar, Jojo Rabbit, Lost in Translation. She does dramas like Under the Skin, Marriage Story, The Prestige, Girl with the Pearl Earring. She's a top-notch voiceover artist with Jungle Book, Sing, Isle of Dogs, and of course something that probably should have been awarded, Her. She is one of the most popular and successful actors working today, and I think it's for good reason, because she can literally do anything. Just last year, she became only the 12th actor in history to be nominated for 2 Academy Awards in the same year in the acting categories for her work in Marriage Story and Jojo Rabbit. 2 totally different characters and films, and both deserving of awards recognition. She is constantly working on her craft, and I think that she is actually an underrated actor when it comes to her work outside of the MCU. And if Marriage Story and Jojo Rabbit didn't show that, I don't know what will. Number 7, Carrie Fisher. What is Carrie Fisher known for in the film world? Star Wars. Somehow, Carrie Fisher made this lineup from one role. The only actor to do that, by the way. Does that mean she didn't do anything else? Absolutely not. She's done many other films. But what I just love her in is Star Wars, and she's just so good in it. And to be clear, this is not putting down any of the incredible work she did outside of Star Wars, but I'm just saying this to make a point. There isn't another actor on this list who had such a profound impact on the world than Carrie Fisher did. What did she do? Well, if you ask me, she was the trailblazer for strong female leads. Have there been others before her? Yeah, of course. But this was something different. I mean, she saved a bunch of men from death in a blockbuster film that came out in 1977, and she did it with ease. This is one of the reasons I love film so much. Carrie Fisher's Princess Leia became more than just an iconic character, but she became a feminist icon. Think about it. Without her, would we have characters like Ellen Ripley in Alien, Sarah Connor in Terminator, Hermione Granger in Harry Potter, Rey in the latest Star Wars trilogy? Probably not. And it goes even farther than that. When you're at a women's march, what face do you see on posters? You bet your bottom dollar that you see Princess Leia. Now that kind of just speaks on the character Princess Leia itself and why it was significant, but the reason Carrie Fisher is on this list is because she is so good as Leia. Nobody else could have done that role the way it needed to be done in a time when it needed to be done. And every time she returned to this character, it was just a treat. She was perfect, she was iconic, she was our princess, and she is severely, severely missed. Number 6, Charlize Theron. When I think of someone who has been at the top of their game since the beginning of their careers, Charlize Theron is near the top of that list. The first time I noticed her was in one of my favorite movies of all time, the Tom Hanks 1996 film, That Thing You Do. She plays a supporting character, but she stands out. Then it wasn't long after that when she won an Oscar for the 2003 film Monster, and since then she has been a powerhouse. And I think that's the word when I think about her. When I watch a movie with Charlize Theron, I always think of the word just power. She commands power from her audience, from her co-actors, everyone. You do not take your eyes off of Charlize Theron. And if you do, you better have a good explanation as to why, because she will tell you to get it together and focus on her. Throughout the years, she's appeared in films like Young Adult, Hancock, Snow White and the Huntsman, The Fate of the Furious, many others. And then that other one called Mad Max Fury Road, which was the film where she started inching her way into my top 10. But what some may be surprised about is the film that moved her comfortably into this top 10, which was in 2018 when she starred in a film called Tully. And I lost my frickin' mind. It was one of those performances where after the credits rolled, I said to myself, this woman is one of the greatest actors on the planet. And I'm 99% positive I'm the only person on the planet who thought that from watching Tully, but I will stick by it and I will stick by that film. She is extraordinary in it, and in pretty much everything she has ever done. Even in her most recent Oscar-nominated performance, Bombshell, she is phenomenal. A transformative performer in the most literal definition of the word. Number 5, Whoopi Goldberg. I love Whoopi Goldberg. And I cannot tell you how much I love Whoopi Goldberg. It is very hard for me to describe how much I love Whoopi Goldberg, but something about EGOT winner Whoopi Goldberg just does it for me. So I'm going to do my best to explain my love for Whoopi Goldberg. I don't know if it's because I feel like I just grew up with her in films like Little Rascals, The Lion King, Rat Race, Cinderella, The Color Purple, Weird Order, and of course, the pure perfection that is Sister Act and Sister Act 2, Back in the Habit. She has so many films, so many iconic moments, but the one that really does it for me is her legendary and historic performance in Ghost. Because of her work in that film, she became the first African-American woman to receive Oscar nominations for both Best Actress, which came from her work in The Color Purple, and Best Supporting Actress for Ghost, which she won. I don't know if it's the way she communicates in film, or if it's her instantly recognizable voice, but I love Whoopi Goldberg so very much. Like, when I grow up, the 28-year-old said, I want to be Whoopi Goldberg. She is a freaking icon, and I love her. Thank you for listening. Number 4, Saoirse Ronan. Y'all might be surprised to see the 26-year-old on this list, especially all the way at number 4. But it's true. Saoirse Ronan is one of my favorite actors of all time. There is something so beautiful in every single thing she does. The way she speaks, the way that she has been making her co-stars better since she was a child, and has continued to do so in every film she's a part of. She's already been nominated for 4 Oscars. Her first came when she was only 12 years old, which made her the 7th youngest Oscar nominee in the supporting actress category. Her most recent was for her unbelievable performance in Greta Gerwig's latest film, Little Women. Fun fact, she is the 2nd youngest person to receive 4 Oscar nominations, only behind Jennifer Lawrence. She can be hysterical in one scene, and in the next scene, jumping out of her mother's car, all while doing it with intention. Nothing she does feels forced. It is so easy for her. It's so easy. And I've been saying this for a while now, and I will continue to say it. She is the next Meryl Streep. She is. She simply is. With performances in Lady Bird, The Grand Budapest Hotel, Brooklyn, Mary Queen of Scots, The Lovely Bones, and Little Women. So much more. I could gush about her for hours, but I'm just going to end it with this. When it is all said and done, I could see her moving into my favorite actor of all time. She is that incredible. Number 3, Dame Julie Andrews. Mary Poppins, The Sound of Music, Victor Victoria, Thoroughly Modern Millie. Need I say more? I don't think so. She made her feature film debut in Mary Poppins and won the Oscar for Best Actress. Do you know how many other people can say that they won an Oscar for Best Actress in their feature film debut in the history of the Oscars? 3. There are 3 others. Barbra Streisand, Marlee Matlin, and Shirley Booth. 'Tis it. Not bad company to be in. Dame Julie Andrews is one of the reasons I was so inspired as a child to become a performer, to become a singer, because I would watch her play these incredible roles, and I'd watch them on repeat, and unintentionally memorize her melodies she sang and the beats she would take. And now, rewatching these films as an adult and understanding the nuances in her performance and really understanding the text that she is chewing on, it is beyond masterful. Like, have you ever really watched and listened to her sing Feed the Birds and Mary Poppins? It is unreal. She has given millions and millions of people years of memorable film and music. She is the standard at which I hold musical performances. She is one of my favorites and one of the greatest of all time. She is Dame Julie Andrews. Number 2, Meryl Streep. She is the standard at which all actors are measured. She's arguably the greatest actor to ever live. She's the owner of 3 Academy Awards, nominated another 18 times, which is a record for most nominations by an actor, 8 Golden Globe trophies, and 29 other nominations to go along with it, which, again, another record. She is the most nominated performer in Globe history, and when she won that 8th trophy, she became the most awarded actor in Globe history. She actually has 9 if you include the DeMille Award. And just a few years ago, she tied the record with Dame Judi Dench for the most nominations at the BAFTAs. All that being said, when you look up in the dictionary actor, it should be a picture of Meryl Streep. So not only is she one of my favorite actors, but she is arguably the greatest actor of her generation, maybe ever. I'm including people like Katharine Hepburn, Audrey Hepburn, Marlon Brando, Bette Davis, Ingrid Bergman, Humphrey Bogart. You say their names and I will put up a fight for Meryl Streep. Nobody speaks as truly and honestly as Meryl Streep. Nobody can. Honorable mentions. So I have a lot. Because numbers 5 through 10 or like 6 through 10 could be substituted with almost anyone on this list. Alicia Vikander, Amy Adams, Angela Bassett, Anne Hathaway, Annette Bening, Audrey Hepburn, Barbra Streisand, Bette Midler, Brie Larson, Cate Blanchett, Catherine O'Hara, Emma Thompson, Felicity Jones, Florence Pugh, Gina Davis, Glenn Close, Gwyneth Paltrow, Helen Mirren, Helena Bonham Carter, Hilary Swank, Jodie Foster, Judi Dench, Julia Roberts, Julianne Moore, Kate Winslet, Kathy Bates, Keira Knightley, Kristen Wiig, Liv Tyler, Maggie Smith, Marion Cotillard, Natalie Portman, Nicole Kidman, Octavia Spencer, Patti LuPone, Rachel McAdams, Renee Zellweger, Rooney Mara, Sally Field, Taraji P. Henson, Tilda Swinton, and Uma Thurman. Number 1, Viola Davis. My friends, ever since I saw Viola Davis's Academy Award nominated performance in Doubt, I realized, sweet baby Moses, I am watching something and someone truly remarkable right now. I think I may be watching the greatest actor of all time. My friends, the world belongs to Viola Davis and it is hers to do with as she pleases. Anyway, we fast forward to present day. She's now won an Academy Award for Fences, was nominated another time for The Help, 4 Golden Globe nominations, 2 BAFTAs, 2 Tonys, 3 drama desks, and is the first black actor to achieve the Triple Crown of acting, which consists of winning a competitive Oscar, Emmy, and Tony in the acting categories. But the reason she's my favorite female actor of all time isn't because of those well-deserved accolades, but it's because I just think she's flawless in everything she does. Here's a good example: Suicide Squad. It's a movie. Is it the greatest movie of all time? No. But you know who is unnecessarily and aggressively really good in it? Viola Davis. She's so committed to every role, every project she's attached to, and she works her tush off, and it shows. Maybe I'm alone on that. That's okay. Thank goodness we all have opinions. Like when I saw Fences, I was not able to speak after the standing in the same spot as you monologue. That is perhaps top 10 finest displays of acting I've ever seen. She feels those moments. She lives those moments. When I hear that Viola Davis is in a film, I am giddy, because I know that I'm in for a masterclass. Is she widely considered the greatest actor of all time? Well, to me she is. Viola the GOAT Davis. Those are my top 10 female actors of all time. Agree? Disagree? Let me know what your top 10 are in the comments. And so, my friends, thank you so much for watching. Please make sure to like this video, give me your thoughts in the comments, subscribe to this channel, as well as follow me on Twitter and Instagram and Letterboxd at mjoseph492. Like my page on Facebook, which is facebook.com/MaxJosephFilmPerson. And if you really love me, please consider being a patron on Patreon, where you can get patron-only content, guest interviews, giveaways, and lots more. You can even give me a film to review, a 10th of the month top 10 category, a ranking, or a song to sing, and that video will be dedicated to you. Shalom, my friends.